What the fuck? Why can't I check?
Me has lastimado. Mira lo que daría por entregarme así. Muy buena o estúpida. En estos tiempos tal parece que es lo mismo. Yo quiero un hombre que entienda que es distinto. Y le daré lo máximo de mí. Estúpida no soy, chiquitito. Y verás que es muy rara esta época. Ahora si das todo, no recibes nada. De veras que es muy rara esta época. Ahora tratas mal y más te llaman. Ahora una dama les parece aburrida, te adoran en la cama, pero te ignoran todo el día. Muy buena o estúpida, no sé por qué aguanté tanto a tu lado. Si todo el tiempo sin piedad me has lastimado, mira lo que daría por entregarme así. Muy buena o estúpida, en estos tiempos tal parece que es lo mismo. Yo quiero un hombre que entienda que es distinto y le daré lo máximo de mí. Y le daré lo máximo de mí. Lo máximo de mí.
Ah, yeah, that was Muy Bueno o Estúpida from Alma Nunez. She's going to get here just here real quick. She's having a little bit of technical difficulties. That doesn't mean that we can't keep going. This is a new one from Ruby Ann, and it goes like this.
Miedo de tenerte y perderte. Miedo de no saber lo que existe en ti. Miedo de tenerte entre mis brazos y estar amando a que no me ama a mí. Me siento entre tinieblas cuando no siento tu amor. Mi ser te necesita tu calor. Duele el amor porque es así, porque duele el amor porque me haces sufrir. Si mi único deseo es estar junto a ti, porque me tratas así. Porque duele el amor porque es así, porque duele el amor porque lloro por ti. Lo que yo más quiero es hacerte feliz, porque me castigas así. Miedo de tenerte y perderte. Miedo de no saber lo que existe en mí. Miedo de tenerte entre mis brazos y estar amando a que no me ama a mí. Me siento entre tinieblas cuando no siento tu amor. Mi ser te necesita necesita tu calor. Porque duele el amor, porque es así. Porque duele el amor, porque me hace sufrir. Y mi único deseo es estar junto a ti. Porque me trata así. Porque duele el amor, porque es así. Porque duele el amor, porque lloro por ti. Y lo que yo más quiero es hacerte feliz. Porque me castiga así.
Yeah, that's the new one from Ruby Ann. And like I told you, Alma is here with us today. Let me go ahead and close this down. There she is. How are you doing, girlfriend? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, sorry. Hold on. That's my fault. Hold on. How are you doing? Sorry about that.
It's okay. You unmuted me. I'm all talking away.
I know.
I didn't
I
realize
do
you can hear all my
apologize.
background noise.
Yes, that's why I accidentally muted you, and I was like, "What's that noise?" I had to single it out because
Plus, I'm multitasking. I'm a mother of 5. We got the
well,
fight going on tonight, and so I'm making some menudo and
oh
some extra
yeah.
sides and stuff. So,
So we get to join you while you make the menudo and everything. That's
right?
I thought menudo was like for like a hot day, but then again, I'm not native. I'm native.
No, it's for after in the morning, like real
Oh,
late.
so we need to hurry up and get this thing over. When is the fight?
The fight's tonight, the Canelo fight.
Okay,
So,
but what time?
usually the main event will go on about 10:30.
So we got about
Usually.
we can go on to like 12 o'clock and we'll be okay.
Oh yeah. Well, and we'll have guests here to join us later.
All right,
It's
they'll
gonna
all
be one
jump in
big
and
party.
all right, they'll all jump in and say, "No, loco, mira, loco, this is wrong." You're like, "Whoa, dude." No, I completely understand, and I'm not a big fan of menudo, but I do know how to make it, so it's kind of one of those things. But I always thought it was like for the
Well,
winter.
a lot of my coworkers like how I cook, so I get stuck making all the sides, the food, and all. So
Right.
they're my family here in Austin, since all my family is in South Texas and in Washington State. So we
Oh,
like to
wow.
get together around these times of holidays and stuff like that.
Cool. Well, for we just played your song "Muy Buena o Estúpida," which was just earlier before Ruby Ann's song. Tell me, what was the inspiration for that song? Because it's kind of, my Spanish is a little fuzzy, but I don't
Uh-huh. We
know.
could Tex Mex it.
I was like, what is she saying here?
So my EP is going to consist of 6 songs, and so each of them, they're all going to pretty much go together, tell a story. So a
Mm,
lot of my music right now, I'm being very, very, I guess you could say I'm doing a lot of research with different genres and trying to convert into Tejano and just mix it up a bit, because that's where our generation is at today. It's all about the creativity. And
mm,
so my first single, which was Fin de Semana, which has done well, it's still charting. That one was because a lot of people can relate to it, and a lot of women can relate to it. So, we're the ones that have the babies, we're the ones that get stuck at home, and a lot of the times, and this is perfect timing for our interview. But you caught me by surprise. I didn't know we were gonna do this off of video, so ni me peiné, but it's all right.
no. You want me to play a
But
video so that way you can brush your hair real quick?
no, but this is how I am on the weekends. I do
I wore a
Facebook
cap.
lives too.
I wore a
Yes.
cap. That's why I can just, my hair's like, okay, I don't brush it, just put on a hat.
Yeah. I wear caps every other day with my job. I do public relations and marketing. But the inspiration for my songs, as you were asking, it has a lot to do just things that I've experienced, things that I know that women can relate to. The biggest sensation right now that you hear in different genres is, a lot of your, like your grupo firme. And I love listening to it, but when I hear it, I'm like, le están tire y tire la mujer. And I'm like, come on, let's be real. Half the time, it's the guy that does it to the woman. I know it can happen both ways, but a lot of the
I
times,
think it's a little bit more the guy does it most of the time, not half. I think
most of the time,
most of the
yes.
time it's the guy. You know,
So the first single talks about basically, it's she's sick and tired of him picking a fight every time the weekend comes up. She's sick and tired of always having to look for him or hearing about him being out whenever they're fighting and stuff like that. So that's where she turns around and says, this is going to be my fin de semana. It's my turn with my girls. I love you, but I'm sorry. Don't bother me this weekend because I'm with my girls.
It's
And
girls' night.
yes. And it's catchy because everybody, every single time, it's like, hey, ya llegó el fin de semana. And so it kind of keeps it in your mind. It's kind of cool how my song, I get tagged in a lot because they are constantly, saying ya llegó el fin de semana. So it's really cool, and that's kept it trending. But part of the reason I chose that was one, an experience, and two, the other was, I when I listened to the song, it was originally a banda song. And most people think I wrote it because my husband and I were 8 years apart. We're both pretty wild, but so they're like, "Oh my God, that song's about you." They tell him,
Uh-oh.
but in the long run, it says things like, tomando bucanas. Really, everybody knows bucanas. They think alcohol. It says different words that you wouldn't normally hear in a Tejano song, like jalando la banda, al after party. And so those catchy phrases, fin de semana, tomando bucanas, and jalando la banda is what catches your attention right away. So in doing public relations and marketing all this time, I was like, okay, it has to be something that's going to stick in your head, that's going to catch your attention. And so at that time, I was like, who's at my door out of all times?
Mhm.
So anyway, that's basically how that one came about. And then, it's unfortunate through COVID, we've had some situations where, there's been a lot higher rates for divorce or problems and fights, relationship. We got to spend too much time together.
Well, I'm tired
So
of you, girl.
yes, so this song talks about, how times have changed back from our day, where love was forever and they're hot and they're cold. And so basically it talks about how a woman, 1 minute they love you when you're in bed, but once all that passes, once all the hanky panky passes, it's like they ignore you and they're all about the guys and they do their own thing, or they just don't even acknowledge you or your kids. And so it just so happened at the time that the song, actually Hugo, my producer, picked the song. And that was pretty cool because that just tells you a lot. That just tells you, your producer knows you and what styles are going to fit you. And so during that time, I was like, and I'll kid you not, we were supposed to originally do another song, but we did it like last minute because that other song was taking longer. I had caught COVID towards the end of January, and I
Oh.
was supposed to, oh, I mean, it hit me hard. I caught COVID, the flu, and a sinus infection all at once. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, God's going to knock it out at the beginning of the year. And so I was like, okay, it was originally supposed to come out for Valentine's Day. And it didn't get to come out for Valentine's Day um, because at that time I was sick and then I had to prolong studio and stuff like that. But that's where those two songs came from. There's another song that's going to be coming out. We've got an original coming out. It will be with a different producer because they wrote it, so they want to produce it. And so that will be the only one unless I do other songs from other writers. But for the most part, Hugo and I have a good chemistry. He knows my style, what I'm going for, and what I'm trying to do with the music. So um, we have a lot of laughs. We're a lot alike. It's
Mhm.
funny because he's like, "You're not like the average girly girl." I was like, "No, Mama said I should have been a trucker because I'm always on the road." You know,
Right.
I'm
Right.
always on the road doing something, going to the next town, going to the next interview, things like that. So at that time, I was just like, okay, the next songs that we have in line it goes, so it's a specific trend for women that's going to be my EP. And we put in an original because in order to qualify for any Tejano Music Awards and stuff like that, you have to have an original. So that was the reason for that. And it's a really good song. The next one too, it talks about the flip side. The next song, I don't really want to give too much away, but it talks about the flip side to where A lot of the times we say, hey, you'll be fine. You'll be good. You don't need him.
Right.
But let's be honest, it hurts. It hurts us all. We go through that hurt before we go through, hey, we're fine and independent women. So that next song that's where that's gonna come from. But other than that, I mean, we're really excited. Finally, think I found the videographer that I'm gonna use. So a lot of things got put on hold because the COVID going up and down. Now finally life is back to normal. So we're gonna get very creative with our videos. I'm still gonna put out a fin de semana video. I'm still gonna put out one for Muy Buena o Estúpida. And they're gonna be pretty unique. I'm really trying to change it up, have some guest appearances, and um, just do something different. I'm really trying to be as unique as possible. Just the same thing like with Muy Buena o Estúpida. You think Muy Buena would have been like, okay, it's a new song. When you hear Estúpida, it's like, oh, who you calling stupid? So you want to hear it,
Right.
right?
And I was like, I don't know what this means, but we'll rock with, because it just kind of had an interesting connotation to it. That's why I was like,
Yes.
you know,
And so at that time, I was like, okay, so the songs that have been catching my attention and it took me a while to get an original because I do a lot of research when I'm picking my songs, and I have a panel of people that it gets sent to, in the industry, not in the industry. Just I want that brutal honesty. And so don't just tell me it's good because you're my family or you like me or you're just gonna always support my music whether it's good or it's not. And so I want the brutal honest truth. So I have a panel of people that I send it to. It's about 8 people that it goes out to. My promoter being one of them, and then there's a couple of DJs. There's an artist that I always reach out to. I'll reach out to different artists. Um, I don't ever include my parents in that because that's biased.
no,
But I
mija,
do.
it's so brilliant, mija. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and so I take my time for that reason. But we have a very good backing. Myra D with Cielo Entertainment, hands down, she is amazing. Shout out to Myra. A lot of her artists. I mean, she's super busy right now. She's gotten other artists that have come underneath her belt. She's got other projects she's working on. Also, her Christian part that's going to be coming out as well. So it's just amazing how, and this is a proven fact. Relationships are real important. They're real important. Okay, I'm on the phone. I'm on an interview. Sorry, hold on. My kiddos. I always say this is real. This is raw. This is I'm a mom. I'm a wife, and I love to do music. I'm always live somewhere, but you will always see that my kids are always with me. I teach them young. I live in the Austin area. There's so many entrepreneurs out here, and I want them to learn young and be independent. So you'll always. I never hide any of that. I never feel like I have to because a lot of moms can relate today. A lot of moms can relate because they're a lot of moms work these days. It's not like back in the day we're told to be home with our kids and stuff like that. Women are taking the world by storm right now. So
Yeah, they're also the empowerment that women have gotten, the encouragement of empowerment here recently in the past few years, and then on starting with the Me Too movement, but
yeah.
now in the Tejano industry, women are so much more prominent than they were before. You know,
Yes.
and it's. I mean, a lot of the artists that I feature on my radio station are a lot of females. Like Sonia de la Paz, who was on the radio, who commented earlier. She's a wonderful singer, great person. You know,
Yes.
Ruby Ann, who I was playing earlier, she's another person. These are all females that are making a movement, and I applaud that because when I started out, it was back in the 90s, with the Onda Network, with the Tejano Journal, and if Emilio came out. I remember when Jay released his The Voice album, everybody wanted to do a song with, like Jay, Mario was
Yeah.
involved, but there weren't any females that were pushing it aside from like Shelly and Patsy Torres and, you know,
Hmm.
you know, but it was a very tough business in general, but also in, in hello, come in. No, just kidding.
Oh, you heard that?
Yes,
I was
that's
like,
me.
they can wait. I don't know who it is, but they can wait.
Yeah, no, also I just lost my train of thought, sorry. But
I'm so
women taking over.
sorry.
No, I'm just saying women taking over, and it's a good thing seeing, the glass ceiling has broken and women are
You know
much
what's
more
so
part of it.
awesome though? I have to add, what is so awesome is that women are now, I mean, they don't get hired all the time for gigs. I've been blessed to because I work with the stations out here in Austin, and I work with 8 dealerships, and we're constantly out there sponsoring and marketing. So I've been blessed to be have been put in some really good gigs. But I love how creative women are getting. They're starting to make their own gigs. You don't want to hire me? Okay, we're going to make our own. We're still going to get out there and perform. That's really being creative and thinking outside the box. And so
Yeah,
me,
most
hands
definitely.
down to it.
Yeah. Once again, going back with Sonia de la Paz, she's like, you know what, I can put on a show over here, and in Laredo, which is her hometown, and I'm all for the do it. If they don't want to help you, do it, and I think it's a beautiful thing. Uh, I believe I believe in allowing everybody the opportunity. I do believe in listening to everything that's sent to me. You know, Myra, she sit there and she asked me, "Hey, which one of my artists do you want to talk to?" And I gave her a list, and you were right there at
Uh,
the top of the list. So I was like, "Yeah, I need to talk to this person. I need to talk to that person." But I want to be able to be an avenue for people to play their music and to be part of the show.
I'm sorry. I think there's an emergency. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have
Sure.
to
I'm
come
gonna go
back to
ahead and
you.
play Fin de Semana right now. It
Okay.
goes like this.
la reina de todo tu universo. Me gusta cuando me acaricias, me gusta como tú me besas, me haces sentir segura y completa. Y en esta vida siempre voy a ser tuya. Que lo sepan todos, que yo soy la mujer que te hace suspirar cuando me ves caminar. Que lo sepan también, que todavía me ves como esa chica que conociste en el ayer.
Oh yeah, that was Carla Cristina. Beautiful song, Que Lo Sepan. Alma's having a little bit of trouble there at the house, and so hopefully she'll get back on. She's got a little emergency she's got to take care of. Hopefully it's not something very serious. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and stay on, waiting for her to come back if she decides to come back. But let me go ahead and show you, tell you about Carla Cristina. She's got this new album out. Go ahead and check her out. Here's another one from Monica Saldivar. This is one of her first songs. I think this is her first song that she sang. It goes like this. Oh yeah.
Soledad entró por mi ventana, llegó destrozando tantos sueños que en mi vida aún yo no cumplía. Vuelve el dolor golpeando a mi alma, llega derrumbando todas esas esperanzas de que un día me amara. Porque fue así, porque no logro entender este dolor que me llega hasta los huesos. que fue así. Porque no logro entender este dolor que me llega hasta los huesos, que me quema por dentro, que en mí se están consumiendo. Este dolor que no he querido matarme, solo quiere adueñarse de mi cuerpo y corazón. Ya me mata la ilusión de que un día encuentre el amor. Este dolor que me llega hasta los huesos, que me quema por dentro, que en mí se están consumiendo. Este dolor no he querido matarme, solo quiero adueñarse de mi cuerpo.
Oh, yeah, that was Este Dolor from Monica Saldivar. Okay, I'm getting some information here from Alma. Apparently, somebody's had an accident over by her house and they are asking her about some information. So it's not anything that's detrimental health wise or anything else. So that's the good thing. I don't think anybody's hurt. But even still, that's why she's having to step away for a little bit, and we'll hear some more. In the meantime, let me go ahead and play some more music for you here while we wait for her. Here is a good friend of mine and one of the best singers that's out there today. She just released a new song, and this is one of my favorite songs from her. It's called "Me hiciste un favor, Sonia de la Paz."
Cuando te fuiste, me sentía destrozada. Pues sí que yo entendí la soledad, cuando una vida se acaba. Yo sé que tú no eres para mí, ya he terminado de sufrir, ya no me importa. Cuando la veo junto a ti, desde que te fuiste descubrí amor de verdad y soy feliz, no me haces falta. Hoy se lo tengo que decir, me hiciste un favor con tus mentiras y desprecios. Me hiciste un favor porque feliz en ti soy yo. Ya no sé más de ti, no dejas nada en mí. Hiciste un favor, te siento mucho que ahora pagas por tu error. Y tú ahora me pides que regrese a tu lado. Oh, no. Me dices que me quieres de verdad, que estás desesperado. Yo sé que tú no eres para mí, ya he terminado de sufrir, ya no me importa. Cuando la veo junto a ti, desde que te fuiste descubrí amor de verdad y soy feliz, no me haces falta. Pues se lo tengo que decir, me hiciste un favor con tus mentiras y desprecios. Me hiciste un favor porque feliz en ti soy yo. Ya no sé más de ti, no dejas nada en mí. espacios. Me hiciste un favor, porque feliz en ti soy yo. Ya no sé más de ti, no digas nada en mí. Me hiciste un favor, y ahora sé que te arrepientes de tu error. No, porque a mi lado tengo un verdadero amor. Thank you. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. I was there, I was scared, foolish, filled with pride, stranded by myself, watching as the tide rolled in, swept away, took everything but pain. What was I thinking when I let you walk away? I need a revival, baby, to bring me back to life. I need a revival, baby, to dry this crying up. Yes, I do. And if you come back to me, back into my arms, all I will survive despite the things that we've done wrong. We need a revival. Those summer nights walking on the beach, you and I. Ooh, it felt like paradise. Never wanted it to end. But now, everything has changed. What was I thinking when I let you walk away? I need a revival, baby, to bring me back to life. I need a revival, baby, to dry these crying eyes. And if you come back to me, back into my arms, all I will survive despite the things that we've done wrong. We need a revival. Let's take this part to church. Baby, 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 come back to me. Baby, 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 come back to me. I need a revival, baby. I need a revival. I need a revival, baby, to dry these crying eyes.
Oh yeah, that was all right. So I'm taking some requests while we wait for Alma to get back. That was Magali de la Rosa, really great, talented person, and that was one of her older songs, a revival. I just love that song. It's one of the it's just got a really catchy 60 vibe for it. I'm trying to play some music that maybe y'all haven't really heard before. This is new music from new artists because they need the most light shined on their music, so that way you could truly appreciate it. But then we also have people that have been in the business and that also have some music, and that being right here, Savannah V. One of my favorite from her, or from her newest ones, is called La Más Fuerte.
Ese hombre me engañó, yo no sé por qué, si le di toda mi vida y se fue con mi mejor amiga. Este hombre me mintió y yo lo apunto con el dedo. Si algún día yo lo quise, ahora cuando lo desprecio, ya no quiero nada de ti. Mi corazón se dio cuenta al fin. Tú no mereces ni una lágrima, ni un segundo en mi mente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. Ya no quiero nada de ti. Y ruega a Dios que no te encuentre por ahí. Ya no te tengo miedo, poco hombre, mala gente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. Ya no me den más consejos. Yo los quiero, pero bien lejos. Cuando más yo lo amaba, es cuando él más me engañaba. Ya no quiero nada de ti. Mi corazón se dio cuenta al fin. Tú no mereces ni una lágrima, ni un segundo en mi mente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. Ya no quiero nada de ti. Y ruega a Dios que no te encuentre por ahí. Ya no te tengo miedo, poco hombre, mala gente. Ahora soy la más fuerte. No me mires así, esto nunca debió pasar. Ya no quiero caer en tus encantos otra vez. Eres ajeno y yo pertenezco también a alguien más. Y tu mirada me hace vulnerable y vuelvo a fallar. Si te me acercas, juro no respondo, te voy a besar. Y que se entere todo el mundo entero, no me va a importar. No me mires, no me mires así. Soy presa fácil, me traes en la mira y me voy a rendir. No me mires, no me mires así. Eres fruta prohibida, provocas mi instinto, ya voy rumbo a ti. Eres ajeno y yo pertenezco también a alguien más. Y tu mirada me hace vulnerable y vuelvo a fallar. Si te me acercas, juro no respondo, te voy a besar. Y que se entere todo el mundo entero, no me va a importar. No me mires, no me mires así. Soy presa fácil, me traes en la mira y me voy a rendir. No me mires, no me mires así. Eres fruta prohibida, provocas mi instinto, ya voy rumbo a ti. No me mires. fácil me traes en la mira y me voy a rendir. No me mires así. Eres fruta prohibida, provocas mi instinto, ya voy rumbo a ti.
No me miras así from Isabel Marie. Sorry about that. Now, in keeping with the tradition of playing some music from people that you probably haven't heard of, or if you have heard of them, you probably didn't know who they were, or maybe you just like who they are and didn't realize that they are just, this is their first song. And I tell you what, I came across some guys here at the in San Antonio at the radio gala. And let me tell you, this song really, it's a really good song. I really did like them. I had them on the show a couple of weeks ago. This is the Chicano Revolution Band and their song, Diferentes. A little bit of conjunto for you.
Que vives solo y triste y angustiado, que estás terriblemente enamorado. Hoy supe de ti las cosas más horribles que te pasan, que lloras noche a noche, que no duermes y que piensas nada más tan solo en verme. Hoy supe de ti las cosas más horribles que te pasan, pues yo jamás te di motivos para estar así. Hay un malentendido, no es correcto, no es justo, no es normal que llores tú por mí. Yo no quiero ser como una sombra en toda tu vida, que por conocerte en tu pecho haya hecho una herida. Si somos diferentes de sentir, si somos diferentes de pensar, si somos diferentes de vivir, enamorados, si somos diferentes de sentir, si somos diferentes de pensar, si somos diferentes de
Yeah, that's a Chicano Revolution band. Well, guys, I just got the notice. Well, it seems like somebody hit Alma's car, and that's why she had to step away. Somebody hit the car from outside. She was expecting some people. Apparently, there's the Canelo fight that's going on tonight, but it was just an accident. She's okay, and so we don't have to, you know, we can relax now. She's doing fine, and she's going to see if maybe she can possibly make it back. In the meantime, let me go ahead and play this song for you. This is Andy Bustamante, El Karma.
Hiciste aventura con él, ahora te toca sufrir en silencio. Mientras que tanto lloraba por él, tú le entregabas tus labios, tu cuerpo. No te importa su familia, sus hijos, no te importa el anillo de compromiso. Hiciste tu cámara, recostate en ella, y yo a ti no te compadezco. Karma es una perra, el mundo da mucha vuelta. ¿Cómo se siente ahora que estás con él? Lidiar con una zorra. Los dos son un par de cobardes, disfrutan tus labios mal hechos. La basura pertenece con la basura y así se repite la historia. Elegiste aventura con él, ahora te toca seguir en silencio. Mientras que tanto lloraba por él, tú le entregabas tus labios, tu cuerpo. No te importa su familia, sus hijos, no te importa el anillo de compromiso. Hiciste tu cámara de que usted tenía, y yo a ti no te compadezco. El karma es una guerra, el mundo da mucha vuelta. ¿Cómo se siente ahora que estás con él? Lidiar con una zorra. Los dos son un par de cobardes, disfrutan tus labios mal hechos. La basura pertenece con la basura y así se repite la historia. El karma es una perra, el mundo da mucha vuelta. ¿Cómo se siente ahora que estás con él? Lidiar con una zorra. Los dos son un par de cobardes, disfrutan tus labios mal hechos. La basura pertenece con la basura y así se repite la historia. Así se repite la historia. Te mereces lo que ganas ahora.
Andy Bustamante, El Karma. Very good song. And like I reported earlier, somebody accidentally hit her car, and that's why Alma's not able to be here with us today. And unfortunately, I don't think that she's going to be able to make it back. But at least we got to talk to her for a little bit. In the meantime, let me go ahead and leave you with some more new music. This one is from Ceci Zavala, and this one is called TikTok. You're going to like it. It's got a little different flavor to it. Hopefully, you'll like it. It goes like this.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my glasses, I'm out the door, I'm gonna hit the city. Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back. I'm talking pedicure on our toes, trying on all our clothes. Boys blowing up our phones. Drop top and playing our favorite CDs, pulling up to the parties, trying to get a little bit tipsy. Don't stop, pick it back, DJ blow the speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No. Don't stop, pick it back, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No. Ain't got no care in the world, but got plenty of beer. Ain't got no money in my pocket, but I'm already here. And now the dudes are lining up, cause they hear we got swagger. But we kick them to the curb unless they look like Mick Jagger. I'm talking about everybody getting crunk. Boys trying to touch my junk, cause back if you're getting too drunk. Now we going till they kick us out, or the police shut us down. Police shut us down. Popo shut us down. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No. You build me up, you break me down. My heart it pounds, yeah, you got me. With my hands up, you got me now. You got that sound, yeah, you got me. You build me up, you break me down. My heart it pounds, yeah, you got me. With my hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Now the party don't start till I walk in. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No. Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No.
Jay Hearns on the beat, beer. Sassy.
Tick tock on the clock.